Alexia Tsotsis from TechCrunch, and I'm here with the CEO of Blekko, Rich Skrenta.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. Happy November 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
So you survived the riots, I see.
Yes, we did. Go Giants.
So Rich has just launched his search engine, Blekko. It went live yesterday, and we're here to talk about why you're different.
Well, Blekko lets you do searches that you can't do anywhere else. So we have a feature called slash tags that let you basically add a category to your search. So you could do a search like, say, global warming, and if you wanted to see only scientific articles about global warming, you could add slash science. If you wanted to see sites from a particular political point of view, like liberal or conservative, you could add slash conservative slash liberal. And you could also sign up and make your own slash tags. So basically, we want to apply the Wikipedia model to search. Let's crowdsource the creation of the top sites in thousands or hundreds of thousands of categories. And it really gives you a way to do searches you really can't do in any other kind of place. And over time, the engine will just get better and better.
What's your killer feature on Blekko?
Well, what we launched on Monday was, we looked at what happened in our beta test. So we had 8,000 users in the beta, and they were making slash tags. They were using slash tags. But we said, this is kind of a complicated product. Are people actually going to come to Blekko and type, slash colleges on the end of their query? We've got a great college search engine. It was made by one of our users. It's spam-free, industrial design slash colleges, perfect results. But how do you know we have slash colleges? And even if you know, come on, are people really going to type space slash colleges on the end of their query? And so we said, is there a way we could actually figure out if you have spam in your results and automatically apply one of the slash tags we had? So regular users could get the benefit from these sort of passionate search nuts that are in our system making these slash tags. And we came up with some pretty cool technology to do that, where we run the query twice and basically look for spam in your results. And then we categorize the spam. Do we see lead gen college spammers in there? If so, let's apply slash colleges. Thanks, guys, for helping us classify the query, but now let's opt you into a pure list of schools. It works really well. We're doing this in 7 categories at launch, including health, colleges, recipes, lyrics, and a couple others. The results are night and day. If you do a health query on Google versus Blekko, you'll see they've got a lot of spam. They've got eHow. We've got only trusted medical sites.
So what makes you think you'll be any different from sites like Cool or like Wolfram Alpha?
Wolfram Alpha is kind of a, we don't think of them as a web search engine. They're a really interesting sort of, fact engine almost. You can say how many gallons of water are in the ocean. It will think for a while and actually tell you. That's not, let me find, TechCrunch's homepage. That's not what it does. It's sort of it's a cool thing, but it's not web search.
And Cool?
Cool. Like I said, we were rooting for those guys. We were hoping, they had a great team. They made a very big engine. It was cool, cool that that there was, another choice around. But it just didn't seem to work that well.
And you guys think that a mainstream user will land on Blekko and automatically know how to use everything? And I mean, have you retained users from your beta?
We have, yeah. We've retained over 11.5% of the users from our beta. They come back on a weekly basis doing searches. We've had people in our beta say that they made us their default search engine in their browser, that they made us their homepage. So we know that there are a fraction of people out there that will adopt Blekko and use it. Obviously, we'd like that fraction to be as high as possible, but we're not a perfect site. There are queries you can do on Blekko that aren't going to be perfect. We still have beta in our logo. This is really the beginning for us. It's not the end. We are better for some queries. I can show you those queries. We're not going to be as good for every query, though, but we want to fix that over time.
What queries are you better for?
We're better for queries like, if you came and did a health query, like, say, avoiding swine flu, pregnancy tips, cure for headaches. We have only trusted medical content in those queries. Any kind of basically where should I go to college sort of query we're generally better for. Lyrics queries. Lyrics is a really dangerous kind of search to do. McAfee put out a study and said, you know what, after looking for Cameron Diaz online, searching for lyrics, you're likely going to get spyware. The CPMs on lyric searches are 0, so you get malware downloads. And we could say, you know what, the top 50 lyric sites actually can answer every lyric query. They have all the lyrics. You don't want to search the rest of the World Wide Web for lyrics. Let's opt you in, if you do a lyric search, into a curated, high-quality set of sites and keep you off of the malware, and actually also keep you off of sites that just have too much advertising, pop unders, that kind of junk.
So Henry Blodgett from the Business Insider yesterday wrote a post called "Blekko is doomed." No question mark at the end, just "Blekko is doomed."
It's a great title.
I clicked on it.
He does a, and I appreciate him putting that on Google News for 8 hours yesterday.
It was on TechMeme too.
He was the top of the cluster, yeah.
How is it that something that's got $24 million in funding can be proclaimed doomed DOA on its date of launch?
Well, I mean, you're in the news business. I used to run a big news site called Topics. If it bleeds, it leads. Blekko is doomed is a great link-baiting title, and when you launch something big and get a lot of press, there's going to be a spectrum of responses to it. A lot of people said, this is actually really cool. PC Magazine said, this is actually the most interesting new search engine to launch in the past 10 years. Out of the chute, this is the coolest thing we've seen. There's more good coverage than bad.
Well, his argument was that Google already does search really well. But sometimes experiencing new things online involves a level of fear. Mm-hmm. And when I went in this morning to try Blekko and hit the slash tags, there was a moment of confusion.
Right.
Right?
Sure. That's why, we actually did a lot of focus group testing around the product. And initially we said, you know what? Grandma in Ohio doesn't try new search engines on launch day. She's not a TechCrunch reader. And we had thought of Blekko as being a search engine for advanced users where they can do power searches. And that's what we went into our focus group testing with. People pushed back on this and said, I don't consider myself an advanced user. Why are you making your product, you've got all this exclusionary language. I worked at AOL for 4 years in a previous life. At AOL, we had this super pessimistic view of the capabilities of the user. You couldn't click on the columns in AOL Mail to sort because that was too hard for grandma. My grandma won't understand it. That killed every idea that tried to get added as a feature in AOL. But that was over a decade ago. The audience has gotten more sophisticated. There's 150 million people on Twitter using hashtags. Paris Hilton has a BlackBerry. /date is not this rocket science, you have to go to Caltech and have a CS degree kind of thing to understand. Do TechCrunch/date to search mentions of TechCrunch sorted by date. /global warming/conservative/date equals 2006. Even a query like that, you look at it and it sort of makes sense, and you can't do that query anywhere else. So we think it's actually an approachable product, and people will once they learn the slash tags start to use them.
So you think people will be Blekkoing themselves a year down the line, 2 years down the line?
Absolutely. Well, we have plenty of money in the bank, so we're not going anywhere, and you're going to see more releases from us.
What are your future plans?
We want to survive the launch basically, and not go down. So far, so good. We've kept the site up, kept it snappy for everyone that's come. But we have a long roadmap of improvements we'd like to make. We're initially applying slash tags automatically to 7 categories. We'd like to roll that out across thousands. We're having a lot of interest for people to come and help us edit the slash tags. We had somebody who works for the University of Maryland medical system apply to edit our health tag. We're like, that's really cool. We're getting quality people that want to come in and help us curate the web. Let's, first of all, accept all these people and build the social tools that are going to let the system scale, and then figure out how to apply it to a broader and broader category of searches. And we think this was really the only way to clean up all the spam on the web.
Thank you.
Thank you.